I want to ask you the continuation. See, I take credit for Wrestler's Court to bringing it to WWE.
I've always heard that it was your idea. I've always heard that.
Because I used to do it in Memphis because
I've always heard that you were the one either invented it or created it or refined it or whatever it was.
Well, I actually kind of had you in mind when I was inventing it. I said, if I just had John, we could finish this off. But you took Wrestler's Court to a whole new level in WWE. Who did you try? Give me some notable trials.
Oh, my goodness. The best trial we ever had was in Nashville. We put Teddy Long on the stand for selling free Viagra to the boys. It was, we roll with Teddy, and he's the cheapest man ever walked on God's green earth. And so Teddy, when they first got Viagra coming out, he used to get samples from some of the doctors, and some of the guys would go, "Hey, Teddy, can I get some of those samples?" And so Teddy started selling them. To the boys. I don't think it was like necessarily a money-making venture, but he would give me $5 for these or whatever else. He wasn't getting pills and saying, I'm going to sell them. He wasn't like a drug dealer, but he was selling free Viagra. So Ron and I go, Teddy, those Viagra are free. Because I think he tried to sell me and Ron some. Yeah. They're free, Teddy. We're going to throw you out of the car if you don't give us. So we took him to court, and he got Mae Young as his counselor. The entire building shut down. The place was packed. Wrestler's Court you'd spend 2 or 3 weeks getting ready for Wrestler's Court.
Yeah.
Guys would prepare their arguments. Guys would prepare props. Guys would bribe the judges. It was always rigged. We always said the judge was the hanging judge because he was always hungover. It was Taker. So we get Teddy there, and Mae Young gets up there. He goes,
now you were the prosecutor?
I was nearly always I was the prosecutor. Either Kane or Godfather was the bailiff, and Taker was the judge. And I think Triple H Hunter filled in maybe that night. He filled in a couple times for Taker if Taker wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so Mae Young gets up. She goes, I don't know why you boys need all this Niagara. Y'all got big peckers. that was her argument.
Who else was?
Needless to say, Teddy lost. We never had. I'm undefeated. I was like Jerry Spence. I was undefeated, but it was all rigged anyway. So Teddy got fined a bucket of chicken for me and Ron, and he had to buy us a case of beer for me and Ron, and then he had to buy the judge a bottle of whiskey and give. I won't say who because he's passed away. Some free Viagra.
Well, I've never heard this story. That is a great story. I love.
People that were there.
Mae Young was the defense attorney
for Teddy Long.
Oh God, that would have been hilarious.
She was awesome. Moolah was there advising her. It was one of the funniest things I've ever.
And none of this got taped.
None of it. Zero got taped.
Damn, that would have been a classic.
Guys look forward. You remember, guys look forward to Wrestling Court for weeks. We had so much fun with it. It was a fun, we didn't have internet. We didn't have cell phones. We had to entertain ourselves. And so it was a lot of fun, the pomp and circumstance of Wrestler's Court and the ridiculous arguments that we made.
Somebody come out and said, Wrestler's Court was the stupidest thing I ever heard. I think CM Punk said that. I replied back, it was supposed to be stupid, idiot. Nobody. It was supposed to entertain guys, and it did. It was very entertaining.
It did. It was entertaining. It was for entertainment purposes only. There was nothing serious about it. It was just fun.